Since the holidays are just around the corner and I love the movie Frozen, today I decided I wanted to show you how to make these two resin coasters, one Frozen inspired and one Christmas coaster. Let's get started. Now for this coaster I'll be using one of the stickers from this sticker book, and this sticker book I actually found at Target in the dollar section. The sticker I'll be using will be this sticker of Elsa. So the first thing I need to do with it, since it's not a plastic coated sticker, is actually seal it. And to seal it I'll be using Mod Podge. And this is what Mod Podge looks like, and you can find this at Walmart or the hobby store. And what it does is it seals it before you put it in the resin. Now if you have a plastic sticker, then you do not need to seal it. But this is a paper sticker. So first I have my sponge applicator, and I'll just dip it in the Mod Podge, and then I'll just coat the whole back of this. Just cover the whole thing with Mod Podge, and when the back is dry, I'll turn it over and then I'll coat the front. And then if I need to, I can always go back and add another coat to it. I'll let this dry completely before I add it to the resin. Now I'm just finishing up on the front, and when this is nice and dry, I'll place it between two pieces of wax paper and under a heavy book just so that it becomes flat. Now that my sticker is sealed and flattened, I'll be working with the resin. The resin I use is this one. This is called Easy Cast resin, and I like it because it's low odor, which means it doesn't have a strong smell. I am using gloves though to protect my hands. When you're working with resin, it's very important to follow the instructions on each box, but for the resin I'm using, I'm going to use equal amounts of each. So if I use 1 cup of this, I'll use 1 cup of this. This is the hardener and this is the resin. Now I have equal parts of my hardener and my resin measured out. Now I'm just using these recyclable cups, but you can use, any measuring cup that you have, but you have to be very precise. So first, I'll pour my resin into this cup, and this is just an old pudding container. And I'm using this plastic knife to stir with. So I'll just scrape all around the edges, scrape the entire thing into the cup. And then I'll be adding my hardener and mixing very thoroughly, but not too fast, because you don't want to introduce too many air bubbles into your resin. Now I'm going to add my hardener to the resin, and I'll just pour it in there, scraping all the sides as I go along. I want to get all the hardener out of there. And then what I'll do is I'll mix this slowly, and I'll mix it for 2 minutes. So I'll just stir it around for 2 minutes until all the hardener is mixed into the resin. You can make little figure 8s in there if you like, and just scrape the sides as you go along, and do this for 2 minutes. Now that I've thoroughly mixed my resin for 2 minutes, I'll show you the mold I'll be using. And I used this cat cover from one of my cat bowls as my mold, but you can find resin molds online. And this little cutout that I have inside, I cut out shaped like a flower. This is from a silicone cookie sheet, and I just put this in the bottom so that the letters show up, because whatever you have on the base will actually show up in your resin when you cast it. So I'll pour my resin into the bottom of this, and then I'll show you how to get rid of the air bubbles. So just pour it in there until it covers the whole thing. To get rid of some of the air bubbles, what I can do is I take this toothpick and I just take my air bubble and I can pop it like this, or just drag it to the edge and pop it on the edge of my mold. There's also another method you can use, and that is to get a straw and just gently blow across the top. You don't want the resin to spill out, but just gently blow across the top, and I hold my breath when I'm doing this so that I don't breathe anything in. And this will take care of some of the little air bubbles that you have in there, but bubbles never really bother me that much. The next thing I'll do will be to add my sticker. So what I'll do is I'll just place it on top, and then I'll use my same toothpick to press it down to the bottom until it's completely covered with resin. And I'll also be adding something else to this coaster. Since it is an Elsa coaster, I'll be adding some snowflakes to this. Now for the snowflakes, I found these at the hobby store, and I'll just be alternating silver, white, silver, white. So what I'll do is I'll just take my little snowflake and I'll just place it on top and use my toothpick to slide it to where I want it to be. And I want this to be on the side of the Elsa sticker. And I'll show you, when I'm finished doing this, I'll show you from the top what it looks like. I just slide this to the edge. I'll add my white and then some more silver all the way around the edge. Now that I've finished adding all the little snowflakes, what I'll do is try to get rid of the remaining air bubbles. I won't be able to get rid of every single one, but I'll just do as many as I can. Then I'll set this aside for 24 hours and let it cure overnight, and tomorrow I'll unmold it. Now, when you set your coaster somewhere to cure, set it somewhere where it won't be disturbed, and then also cover it. I don't know about you, but I have pets here, and they usually get pet hairs in them if I don't cover them. And then there might be times where you have to take and press the sticker downwards, because sometimes the sticker has the tendency to float up a little. So before it's finished setting completely and before you put it somewhere, just push it down like this with your toothpick and then set it aside. Now when I finished with the Elsa coaster, I had some extra resin, so what I decided to do was to make a Christmas coaster. I had these Christmas buttons that I found at the hobby store, and what I did was I just clipped off the back of it with this wire cutter so that it would lie flat in the resin. And I'll show you now what both of them look like from the top. Now I've finished making both my coasters. I have my Christmas coaster and my Elsa coaster. I'll let them cure overnight, and tomorrow I'll unmold them. I'm ready to unmold my two coasters. I actually let them cure for 2 days so they'd be nice and hard. So all I'll do is take the edge and pull it backwards and see, so that I can release the mold. And if you use another kind of mold, what you would do is spray some mold release in there, which is a spray you can find at the hobby store. And it just helps you take out the resin a little bit easier. So this one actually peels off. I'm going to peel off the back after this, but I'll just show you the Christmas one. This is what it looks like. Just break the seal and just take it out of there. That's why I like silicone. It's just so easy to take out. I'll take off the back part, the red at the back, and then I'll show you what they both look like. So now I'm going to take off this red silicone at the back that I put in so that these letters wouldn't show up. And all I do is just peel that off, and it gives it a nice see-through look, so that you can see through on both sides. And look at that beautiful Christmas coaster, perfect for a present. Now I'll do the Elsa one, and hers I cut out into a flower, so she should have a floral shape at the back. I'll just open the edge, and it peels right off. And look at that. Look at that beautiful coaster. Which Frozen fan wouldn't love that? So there you have it, two beautiful crystal clear coasters. I hope you liked this video. Don't forget to subscribe and post in the comments. Let me know if there's something that you'd like to see on my channel. Thanks for watching.